Guys, today I'm with my client and good friend now, Austin. Austin, man, how you doing?
Good, man.
Good, dude. Bro, how long have we been working together now?
2 months
Yeah, I'd say
ish,
like
2.5.
roughly.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're being bored in the place of old triggers and stuff like that, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dude, so if you don't mind, man, tell us a little bit about what you were dealing with when you originally came into the program, when you originally reached out.
Yeah.
Like, just paint us a general picture of what was going on in your life that you were struggling with.
So I've been dealing with panic attacks for probably 6 years now.
Okay.
And they all started one day out of the blue. And I, sorry, someone waved at me, totally blew me off.
You're good, man.
um, And yeah, it started as little things like getting a panic attack in a store, and then I'd start not going to the store as much. And then it just carried on everywhere. And then I got on medication, felt like I was getting a little bit better. There'd be times where it's not as bad. But I mean, as far as the last 6 years of my life, I basically lived in a bubble of work, home, grocery store, home, and it just slowly got smaller and smaller and smaller.
Damn, dude. So correct me, was the first panic attack you had 6 years ago in a store?
No, it was actually on a freeway, I think. Yeah, it was on a freeway, like heading home.
Interesting. So what
Yeah.
happened? So you had that panic attack on the freeway heading home, which is interesting because that's one of the ones
I know,
that's,
right?
yeah, boring for you now. Like, fill us in, like, what happened after that initial panic attack on the freeway? Was it like immediately after that, the store was now a place of anxiety? Heading
No, it was
home was
just
now like,
slowly,
uh,
like for example, it was like, oh, I didn't know I had a panic attack, right? I was like, oh, I have something wrong with my heart, and then it was like, then I would continue having like I'd just be monitoring my body, like feeling stuff, and then all of a sudden let's say that heart weird feeling or getting dizzy or something happened in a store, and then I'm like, okay, now a store is off, like I have these issues here, I'm going to try to avoid the stores. And it's like, all right, well, I feel comfortable and safe and my heart's not beating super fast when I'm at home, so
mhm.
that's my safe place. And then basically anytime I went outside of that comfort zone is when feelings would flare up, and then my mind would follow my physical sensations.
It's incredible how good our freaking brains are at protecting us, right? Because
Right.
like think about how like on paper logical that is. Your
Yeah.
brain was like, I feel this way here.
Right.
I'm not going there anymore. It's
Yeah.
just not happening. I
No,
don't want to
seriously.
die. My job
Yeah.
is to protect you. We're not going to Costco anymore.
Yeah.
And then even though that feels like it can kind of help in the short term, what you
Yeah.
started to realize is, like you said, your life just becomes a bubble because then
Right.
it's like the only way I can feel better is if I avoid all these places, which
Right.
you learned weren't true. But dude, 6 years is a long time to
Yeah.
go through that. Did the
Yeah.
triggers just keep increasing for you? Like it was just the highway and then the store and then what else?
Yeah, it's weird. It was like since I had it for so long, my brain would start to adapt. So it was like it got worse and worse. And then there'd be times where I'm like, all right, dude, I've been to the store 100 times. It's not as bad here. But like we've talked, like smaller stores like my friend Meyer, it's like I'm close to an exit. So I'd start playing exit games. So like if I went into a small like Minute Mart or a store that was small, like I could walk through that, no problem. But all of a sudden I go into a Costco and the exits 200 yards in the corner. And then I'm like, oh crap, like, what if I have this panic attack or these feelings and I can't get to my car fast enough? And then, that's where it would start panicking.
Mm,
But yeah, I mean, it slowly went into like everything in my life. I mean, a lot of things like my wife, I can do things with my wife and kids because I feel safe. But
mm.
outside of that, like if I'm going 30 minutes across the road to, one of the other towns or whatever, I'm like, and I'm by myself, I'm like, all right, this is out of my safe zone. So I'm
Mm.
gonna feel these sensations.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When you were with your wife and your kids, was it a feeling of, okay, like if something goes wrong, like if I have a panic attack or a heart
Yeah,
attack or something bad, like at least they're here and they can like get me help.
exactly. Yeah, it wouldn't be like
Interesting.
it's not like my sensations and like my thoughts are completely gone. It's just well, if this happens, it couldn't be in a better place with better people. You know what I mean?
Mhm. So at least I'm not 100% screwed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least I'm with people. Yeah, that makes sense, man. Like I said, 6 years is a long time to go through it, man. Like
Yeah.
you're a very goal and solution oriented person. So I imagine that you tried a lot of different techniques and modalities and
Yeah.
things to get better. I know you
Yeah.
mentioned medication was one of them. What else did you try to like ultimately overcome this and just get back to normal?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I tried a lot. So I did like there's a Dare app. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've ever heard of that. I used that for a little bit, and that would help me in innings like having a panic attack, but wouldn't help
Hmm.
me as in like building my fear of not having them. So like if I'm having one, I could play the Dare app and I'd be like, it really would help. But
Yeah.
it wouldn't change the fact that next time I'm gonna still have one, right? And
Yeah.
then Instagram would get me with random stuff. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of like a Calm Me Go, like a breathing device.
Yeah.
Like I got one of those and like
Yeah.
just everything I was doing was like, and like therapy, everything I was doing was coping with when I would have them, right? Not like
Mm,
the root of the problem. So like the
mm,
Calm Me Go would help me in a panic attack. The Dare app would help me in a panic attack, but like nothing would help me before then to not get to one.
mm.
Yeah.
How is this different?
I don't know. It was weird. Like I said to you, I don't know. I think it's just letting my brain realize what I'm actually panicking about instead of just surviving it, right? Like
Mm,
having these conversations without having a panic attack of how they make me feel. And yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I think you articulated that really well. Something that I noticed is when I was going through agoraphobia and just
Yeah.
driving anxiety specifically like on highways, the different techniques I was trying at the time, a lot of it was just like breath work, which there's
Hmm.
nothing like wrong with breath work, but it was exactly like you're saying. Everything was about once I'm in the panic attack,
Right.
here's what I can do. But I didn't want to
Right.
fucking be in a panic attack on
Exactly.
my way home. Like I didn't want to feel
Exactly.
panic every time I got on a highway.
Yeah.
I just didn't want it anymore. You know what I
Right.
mean? And uh, that was a huge issue I had with it. I
Yeah.
didn't like the reactive stuff. I wanted to be proactive about it,
Exactly.
which is the entire reason I built this program. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, screw this.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is it affecting your day-to-day life? You kind of briefly illustrated what your day looked like, right? It's like work, home,
Hmm.
back, like work, home, back. Like what was it like? Walk us through it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, it's hard because I have a great life. I have kids, I have a wife, and everything's great. But it just made things, less enjoyable as far as I go to work and I feel stuck at work. I don't want to go out to lunches with other people. I don't want to meet friends on the weekend. Like normal things that normal people do, I felt uncomfortable doing. So it was like, I
Mm,
love my life. I love my family, but it's work, home, work, home. And it's not like I'm not even mad about it because I felt so safe. You know what I mean? And you don't realize the things you're missing out on. So it's like
mm.
any extracurricular things that aren't literally like have to do is like if I had to go to a lunch meeting, it's like, okay, I have to do that. But anything that was like fun, like I wouldn't go do that by myself.
Because it didn't even feel like you were missing out. It actually felt like you were safe by not
Yeah, it's
going.
like why even put myself in this position? I feel so comfortable here. Not like, oh, this
Wow.
could be fun.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. It's like, oh, I dodged a bullet. I don't have
Yeah,
to go
no,
to this thing.
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then what was the breaking point, man? Like, what made you reach out? What was the point where you were like, dude, this is the last straw. I'm sick of this.
Um, well, it's funny. I was telling my wife, because she knows everything about it. And I think one time I was like, man, I've tried everything. And she's like, have you tried everything? I mean, you've tried medication, you've tried therapy, but like, what else is there? Like, and I was like, and then I went on Instagram one day and I was like, panic attack, something. I don't even know. And one of your videos came up and how you were explaining what you dealt with. I'm like, man, this is what I dealt with. And it kind of helped having someone, a male, same age, that I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he's dealing with it, not like an older person or a younger girl.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. And then I reached out to you and yeah, it's weird. Like I said, I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead.
No, you're good. Go
Um,
ahead.
yeah, no, it was weird. Like, our sessions, when I'm in it, there's not this like aha moment, right? Like when you
Yeah.
say stuff and because I think I told you multiple times, like I'm having a hard time visualizing certain things, but then I would put them into use and like it wouldn't be there. Like, for example, or when we would do a highway work, it's like I close my eyes, I think about it, I visualize it, I see everything, but it's not like, oh, there's the issue right there, right?
Yeah.
It's just we do the routine, we do our session, and then all of a sudden I'm driving, I'm like, oh hey, I'm about to get on the freeway, I should be having anxiety. Let me and I would like I told you, I'd amp myself up, I'd get anxious, but when I'm actually doing it, there's no panic, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
What is that like to be on the highway now with no anxiety? What is it like to be in Costco now and just be like, I'm not scanning for exits. Like, I don't feel anything. Like,
Yeah, it's honestly it's
explain
hard.
that.
It's like you would think it would feel relieving, but it just feels like normal, right? Like there's not
Yeah.
like
It's
I
the
don't
most
get on the freeway and I'm
anticlimactic thing that happens. Everyone's
no,
like, I don't know, it
seriously.
just feels
Yeah.
normal again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't get on the freeway and I'm like, dude, I'm on the freeway, let's go. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm on the freeway, I can get home. But it's
Yeah.
funny because I'll find myself like driving home and I'm like let's say it's like 2 o'clock on a Thursday and I'm on the freeway driving. I'm like, man, I remember like I used to panic so bad getting on this freeway. And it's funny because like we've talked about when your conscious mind can think about that stuff, but your subconscious freaks out.
Yeah.
It's funny to think that at one point my subconscious mind thought that was so scary, right?
Yeah. And think about it too, right? Like the only reason you were having anxiety is because of what? Your mind was imagining what happening on the
Yeah,
highway.
worst case scenarios.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
mind going into what that worst case scenario was, like on the highway as well as in Costco?
Yeah. So like I mean, honestly, they're all the same, so I'll do Costco and them
Yeah,
all in
that's
one. But
right.
it's like basically it was something in my brain about feeling stuck and feeling like I couldn't get out of a situation fast enough. So like I get on the freeway and exit's far away, or I can't really hit a U-turn with a barrier in between us, right? Or Costco is I get out of my car, I'm all the way in the corner. If I have this situation, it's a 200-yard sprint to my car to then feel safe. So it was like,
I'm all
and
the
I
way in the
always,
back corner of Costco. Like, how am I supposed to get to the
yeah,
exit?
no,
Yeah.
exactly. And then, you'd start getting anxiety about like your heart's beating fast because your body gives you these physical sensations that then your brain follows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always thought I was gonna. It went back to the same thing. It was I'm having a heart attack. I'm having a stroke. Something's about to happen. I felt this before, but this time's different. It was always
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
everything.
It's
Yeah,
the same cycle. It's like,
yeah,
I know I've been through this panic in Costco or on highways hundreds of times.
yeah.
And I know it's always been okay. But there's always like that looming, well, what if it's not this time?
Always. Yeah.
And like you just said, what if this time's different?
Right.
You know, when you're now void of that and you can just drive on the highway and just feel bored, like it's back to normal.
Yeah.
You can be in the back corner of a Costco and it's the same thing. It's just
Yeah.
Costco now.
Yeah.
I know it felt kind of anticlimactic, but as you reflect on that now, what is the feeling? Because I have a note here, literally sitting right in front of me of something you said. Because I remember the minute you said this, I was like, when Austin and I have our client interview, I'm going to bring this up and ask him about this and just say, I told you so.
Yeah.
You said to me, I can't even imagine getting in these places and just feeling bored. Even if my
Yeah.
anxiety went 50% away, that would be life changing for me.
Yeah.
Are we at 50%?
Yeah, I'd say we're more. Like I said, I told you I still deal with anticipation, right? Like, oh, I should panic here. This is
Yeah.
how my brain like, oh, this is dangerous. But then I get into these situations and I don't have those feelings, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I still don't even know if my brain's accepted the fact that my anxiety is either way reduced or gone because
Mhm.
my brain's still like, okay, but these situations you're supposed to panic. These situations aren't safe. But then I get into these situations and there's nothing, right?
No anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like it's the jar of pickles. If
Yeah.
I open my door every single day for 7 years and there's always a jar of pickles there
Yep.
every day for 7 years, and all of a sudden it's not there, just
Yep.
because it's not there doesn't mean I'm not gonna keep looking down to see if they
Right.
are there. It's like, where's the anxiety? Where's the
Right.
anxiety? Where's the anxiety? Which, as you remember, 7 years is a long time to reinforce. Well, I
Totally.
panic in Costco and I panic on highways. And when that goes away, as it has for you, there's still that residual, like, what the fuck? Like, where's the
Yeah.
anxiety? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
That
that's
clears
important for
up
other
with time.
exactly. And I think that's important for other people to know, because I feel like I'm pretty stubborn in the fact that like for example, I go get on the freeway and there's no panic, but I'm like, oh, but I still think about it. So maybe this isn't working, right? Where
Mhm.
it's like you need to make that shift to like this is working, but like you said, the jar of pickles, like your brain doesn't just like 51st dates forget everything that's happened the day before, right? So
It's not how we
you still
work.
have that muscle memory. So I
Yeah.
think it's important to not beat yourself up about like, you know, the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's an interesting concept in this work that I do. The panic goes away relatively immediately, but
Yeah.
because we've gotten in it's muscle memory, because
Yeah.
we've gotten in the habit of flexing that muscle that says panic in this situation for years. Dude, like I'm working with someone who is panicking in traffic and highways and going into big cities for
Yeah.
20 years. The anxiety is gone, but that feeling of, dude, I almost don't trust myself that it's gone
Yeah.
because it's almost
Yeah.
like too good to be true. Like,
Yeah.
how is it gone? And there's that feeling of like, do I need to wait for the next shoe to drop? And the
Uh-huh.
best way our brain deals with that is by evidence. So your brain learned to panic in that situation by evidence of
Right.
you doing what? Panicking in that situation, right?
Right.
So it unlearns that exact same lesson doing the exact same thing. I don't
Yep.
panic in this situation because I just haven't for years now.
Right.
Just becomes a part of the neural pathway restructuring, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. What were you expecting going into the work? Because you've tried a lot. And what I found is that people who've been going through this for a long time and have tried so much and have been failed so much, they typically kind of have like these low expectations of like, oh, just another course, just another coach, just another technique, probably not going
Mhm.
to work for me. I'm just curious, like, what was your perspective coming into it?
Well, mine was kind of weird, because like when we first talked, you were like, "Hey, I guarantee results or your money back." So I think my
Yeah.
my first thing was, I if this doesn't work, I'm not out any money, right? So then
Yeah.
I think in a way, it's kind of smart on your end because it lets my brain open up,
Yeah.
not I'm not every session I'm saying, okay, I'm out this money, I'm out this money. It's like, hey, this isn't working, this isn't working, maybe this is working. I'm not thinking about, man, this is a waste of time. This first session didn't work. I spent all this money.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing.
It's a good thing about the guarantee because I need clients to be in a very calm state of like, dude, listen, if this
Right.
doesn't work for you, I buy it back from you and I'll buy you and your wife dinner. I think that was my
Right.
guarantee to you.
Right.
It's like plus $100, you profit,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
That allows you to do just that. You get to drop your guard and just be
Yeah.
fully into the
Totally.
program mentally.
Yeah.
Super important, as you
No, it
know.
is.
Yeah. So let's say that someone on the other side who's watching this video and is listening to your story, who's also panicking in stores, scanning for exits, feeling anxious in situations where they feel stuck and trapped on highways, traffic, whatever it is for them, what advice would you give to them? Like, because you're in their shoe, you know their
Yeah.
situation intimately well for the last 6, 7 years.
Right. I would say just trust the process and don't let yourself get in your own way. Don't let those negative thoughts of how everything has never worked
Mm,
take over because, for example, you're an example. You lived through this and you don't deal with it anymore. Try to think of people that have been through the exact same thing and don't deal with it anymore, and not that I'm broken, I'm unfixable. You know?
yeah, 100%. That's sage advice, man.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to get back in your car right now, or just to go into Costco and be like, dude, cool, these shackles are gone? Like, how is that sitting with that, knowing that you can just do
Yeah,
whatever
like I
the fuck
said,
you
it's
want?
it's weird. I'm not like excited to go to Costco, right? But I'm not like yesterday. I went with my kids and um, we went and looked at floaties or whatever summer stuff that's out. And it's funny because you and I worked, and the thing we talked about was when I get to that corner of Costco, I was so anxious is like there's Steve Aoki, right? So every time I turn that corner, I forget because I don't think about it. But my subconscious is like, is Steve Aoki in the corner, right? Like things like that, which is super funny. Yeah,
It makes sense too, right? Because like if you watch a bunch of horror movies,
yeah,
your subconscious is going to be expecting jump scares
yeah. It's
like
just
at
like
any
that.
corner. A dark
Yep,
room is now an opportunity for what it just witnessed on the freaking TV
yep,
screen. Our brains get conditioned to be and feel anxious, as I say, to do anxiety, because
right.
anxiety is something that we're doing.
Hmm.
The good news is if you're able to create all that, then the opposite is also true. You're able
Exactly.
to create a lot of happiness, joy, and excitement and just humor in other
Right.
situations too.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, my friend, you're free.
Right.
And we have some more triggers that we're going to work on as well. And I'm excited to do that with you, man, and get rid of
Yep.
that anticipation anxiety. So
Yeah. I
awesome,
appreciate it.
man. Thank you for taking the time. Before we jump off, is there anything else you want to leave with? Any life lessons, any pieces of advice you want to leave the audience with, man?
Um, no, I don't really have anything. I'd just say, don't give up. Keep trying. If something doesn't work for you, find something else. There's always something out there that can better you and your issues. So
100%. Well said, man. Austin, thanks for taking the time, brother.